Welcome back to Chateau Chantel. We are on day 4 of our week-long challenge of one book review a day so that we can get into the habit, so that we can become disciplined with this book review thing, y'all. But I do want to make a shout out really quickly to Bray, which is BRAE. They are doing free book giveaways. Like if you read on Kindle today and today only, BRAE stands for Black Readers Appreciation Event. So they are highlighting, of course, diverse authors who do have books that are readily available on Kindle. They are free for today only. So I will link them down below, but definitely check them out today. Support a Black author and also get into reading. But we're going to jump right into it. So welcome, come on in the room. We have our wine tonight. We are drinking a Montepulciano, and so I'll definitely share. This one is from Aldi, and it's pretty good. But tonight, the book that we're getting into is a very dark thriller. And so tonight we are discussing The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I love him. I just finished another book of his called The Silent Patient. We'll be reviewing that one tomorrow, but this was my introduction to him, thanks to Book of the Month as well. And like I told you guys, I will be rejoining probably next month. So I'll definitely have a link for you guys if you do get into wanting to read books or wanting to have books sent to you, so that you don't have to decide on what to read next. It's a great way to get into reading. It's a great way to get books at a discounted rate, to get some free gifts if you are looking to become a book bestie. But let's go ahead and talk about The Maidens. So it's a dark academia thriller. Y'all know I love academia. For whatever reason, maybe I was a professor in a different life. I don't know. But I love when it is a setting of academia and a professor and some students and the school and college campus and all of those things. It really just gets my brain going, and I love just engulfing myself in that world. So I'm not a big fantasy girl, but definitely like academia and, hosting dinner parties and having the artists and things like that as your friends. That's definitely, I would say, what my fantasy life, or in my head, what I envisioned life would look like or be like. And it still can be. So we'll keep that at the back of our minds, right? I might become a professor at Cambridge. Who knows? We don't know. But anyway, The Maidens is a dark academia thriller. It definitely had me clutching my coffee, not my pearls, my coffee, and side-eyeing some of the characters, right? As well as Cambridge University, which we know is like one of the oldest universities. And so definitely a lot of hauntings and stories come out of Cambridge as far as who attended and, why they attended, how they got in and things like that. So definitely love the setting. And again, a thriller. Somebody's dying, somebody's getting killed. I do. I love good, some true crime, murder mystery. So Silent Patient, as I said, was the last book that I just read, which was also New York Best Time Seller. I feel like you should read The Silent Patient first, and if you like that one, then you're going to love The Maidens. But Silent Patient gives you more of the tone, Alex's tone and depth, and you get to kind of see his writing style, and then The Maiden just drops you in, right? Very much so a slow burn, but definitely The Maidens is like a mind game. So there's going to be a lot of information that you feel like, why are we reading this, or why are we going back to this? Why is he bringing this up? Because it kind of seems not to go along with the story. So again, you could get lost a little bit, or you might feel like, I don't know where this is going, but it all comes together, right? Like it eventually all comes together. But in The Maidens, you're going to be following Mariana, who's a group therapist. And we all know, and I love my therapist, but we know a lot of therapists become therapists because they have their own, issues that they try to figure out. So they're the best at, helping you figure your stuff out too. But Mariana is a group therapist, and she is engulfed with dealing with her own grief and loss at this point in time. Her husband has died. So she's kind of going through the motions, still seeing patients and things like that. but she's grieving. And we all know there are several stages to grief. And so while she's in the midst of grieving her husband, the loss of her husband, her niece calls from Cambridge University about a murder of a fellow student and how, this is impacting her emotional state, her mental state. And so she rushes to aid, her niece. And while she is there, she becomes engulfed or finds herself tangled up in this mysterious secret society of women known as the Maidens, which is ran or overseen by this unsettling, charming professor that everybody seems to know and love and adore. But there is a darker side, right, to any secret society. We're going to put that in quotes, secret society. And so what I did love about the book is the eerie academia vibe, right? So again, the Gothic setting, secret society, Greek mythology. I am very much so into Greek mythology. I probably could name all the gods, goddesses, and demigods as well, because I took a whole course in college on Greek literature. And so Dionysus was like not my favorite, but he was the most interesting demigod. And so look him up. But it definitely gave me like Pretty Little Liar vibes. So if you were into Pretty Little Liars like I was back in like 2012, then this was very much so that, like girl group, somebody gets killed or murdered, and then everybody knows something, but nobody knows anything. That's the vibe that it's given. Every page definitely feels like something's about to change or crack, or somebody's about to burst into tears at any given moment, or somebody's going to run away, or somebody's going to disappear. You don't know. I also like the theme of obsession. So again, there's obsession from a friendship level, right? Like you're my friend and you can be no one else's friend. There's an obsession on like relationship level as far as, you're mine and nobody else's, and nobody will have you. Nobody can have you if it's not me. And then there's this obsession of this belongs to us. And so we're not letting any outsiders in. And so there's definitely a theme of obsession. What missed the mark for me, I would say, would be, again, the pacing, right? Of Alex just kind of throwing in, little tidbits or pieces of the past that didn't seem to really link to anything at the time. And it took a while to get back to. I don't like that because, as I'm reading, like, tables are turning, my mind is churning, and I may have forgotten. So I did have to go back a couple of times, like, wait, didn't they mention something like that in like the last two chapters or something? And so I didn't enjoy that because I like to just kind of, keep it going, keep the story going. I don't want to have to go back or try and remember, did I miss something, or even question myself on did I miss anything in the story? And so that was the only downside of what missed the mark for me. And so my take is that it's definitely dark and clever, but a little bit chaotic, just because you do have to kind of keep going back and forth on deciding, is this something that's relevant to the story or not? But if you enjoy lush writing, secret societies, dark and gothic, academia, then this one may be for you. So I'll rate it like a 4 out of 5 just because it was moody, the mysterious escape, the academia vibe. It gave what it needed to give for me. And so definitely if you are going to read any of Alex's books, let me know. Like I said, Silent Patient will be reviewed on tomorrow, which was the most recent read that I did of his, and I really enjoyed it. But definitely let me know down in the comments if you read the book, if you enjoyed the book, or if you're a fan of Alex's writing and any other books that he has that maybe you have read yourself. But until then, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you back tomorrow at Chateau Chantel.